Alright, so today I'm talking about bootleg vinyl records, a topic that brings up a lot of debate, whether it's unfair for the artists and whether as fans of physical media we should even be buying them. To start, if you're unfamiliar with what a bootleg vinyl is, it's essentially an unofficial pressing of an album made without the consent of the artist or the record label, with all the profits going entirely to the person or company who made the record, not the creators. Bootlegs often cost more than the official pressings and unfortunately tend to have lower quality. Okay, so now we're going to break down the four main categories of bootlegs that I consider. Throughout the video, you will be seeing Frank Ocean bootlegs in the background. I chose them because I feel like they best represent the different categories of bootlegs. Mixtapes are the first category. They're typically released to the public for free, so there's no official revenue being made from them. Examples of these go as So Far Gone by Drake, Friday Night Lights by J. Cole, and of course, In Front of You, Nostalgia Ultra by Frank Ocean. In my opinion, buying a bootleg of a mixtape doesn't really harm the artist since they weren't planning on earning anything from it anyways. Though you could say it impacts whoever was sampled in the music, but in my view, at the end of the day, these tracks were released with no intent to generate revenue, so I see no harm. Next, there are bootlegs of albums that were officially released but never pressed onto vinyl. Examples here include The Life of Pablo by Kanye West, Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny, and of course, Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. For me, this is kind of a gray area. On one hand, these albums were officially released, so technically were meant for sale. But without an official vinyl, fans who prefer physical media like myself have no other option. It feels understandable why people would turn to bootlegs, but I also see how it could be seen as a bit of a cop-out from a legal perspective since you're still buying a product without official backing. Now here's where the controversy heats up a bit. Bootlegs of albums that had an official but very limited vinyl release, like Frank Ocean's Blonde. These records were pressed in small batches, and because of that, they've become really hard to get without paying a fortune on resale markets. Bootlegs of these are so common because of the high resale price, making official copies unaffordable for most fans. In my opinion, if these records were more accessible, I'd buy the official version over the bootleg any day. Even though I own the bootleg version of Blonde, I would absolutely buy the official pressing of it if it became available again. But I understand why some people might choose the bootleg instead given the circumstances, or why they might feel like it's wrong. Alright, lastly, there are bootlegs of albums that are widely available in official vinyl form, like Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd or Damn by Kendrick Lamar. To me, these are the worst kinds of bootlegs. They usually cost more than the official pressings, they are often lower in quality, and if you're looking to buy one of these, it's almost always better to go with the official version, that way you can support the actual artist behind it. These bootlegs tend to do more harm than good, in my opinion. So those are my thoughts on bootleg vinyl records. At the end of the day, it's up to each person to decide what they're comfortable with, but I hope this video gave you some insight into the different types of bootlegs, the reason people buy them. Thanks for listening to my thoughts on this niche topic. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to hear what you think.